All right, perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out and attending tonight. We appreciate having you here. My name is Dean Hart. It's Thursday, August 23rd, about 6:06 p.m., and we are broadcasting from beautiful Boise, Idaho. If you're in a rush and you need to go, I understand. We live in a very fast-paced environment, which is one of the reasons sometimes we'll have quick calls, because a lot of times people really just need to get in, get the basic information, and then get out and on with their day. I completely understand. You might want to drop by and visit debitcardtv.com. I want to thank you in advance for your time. You'll be able to kind of scroll through and look at the different previous recordings and sessions that we have up there, different updates from Mr. Mason, Fiona Robinson Moody, our lead administrator, and then other sessions that we've recorded that we do post. So with that said, for the folks that are here with us this evening, I really appreciate you guys showing up, especially if you're brand new on the call, your guests. Thank you very much to our incredible line of sponsorship out there sharing this information. I appreciate it, and I think you will too, because our product is really all about your money and how we can help you make more of it and protect it, accumulate it, and basically work with a model that does all of these things really under one umbrella. Now, we do enjoy a model of excellence produced by Mr. Troy Mason out of Houston, Texas. He is our fearless leader and CEO, and he understands that we should be rewarded for being cardholders in an industry that for a very, very long time has been taking advantage of a good situation and good, honest, hardworking American people. The reality is that we have a new debit card sold in the U.S. alone about every 5 seconds, and these cards are all loaded with tons of fees and essentially zero benefits to the end consumer. And at the same time, we enjoy a major brand prepaid metal debit card that you can use anywhere with elite benefits, cash rewards, but none of the normal off-the-rack card fees that you would really find associated with these other card systems that are out there. Everyone uses credit or debit, especially online, and that makes us much better than a bank card. Definitely much safer than a credit card because you don't have to expose your primary information, and we're already used and identified by millions of people around the world. We don't have things like overdraft fees, late fees, transaction or balance inquiry fees. There's no point of sale. You can get a no-fee postal money order. We have the lowest schedule, over 70,000 ATMs. There's no fee for replacement cards if you're issued domestically in the United States. Excuse me. Bear with me one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Had to grab a drink of water. We've had a lot of dust in the valley with all the fires and everything in this area, and not to mention all the city work that they're doing right now. So my voice is just a little raspy. But if you're outside the United States, they do charge a $65 replacement because there's $50 shipping and handling, and of course you're on the Visa rails, so it would be a $15 charge for a replacement there. No monthly fees, no bill payment, no fee service calls. If you need to speak with anybody that handles any portion of our instant access or instant issue provider status or access to those individuals, there's no fee for the service call. They won't charge you $1 or $2 or $3 to speak to a live representative. And most importantly, we get to enjoy incredible elite rewards and amazing cash rewards that I know, by virtue of the fact that I've used this card for several years, are amazing, and they simply just don't qualify or compare to anything else that's on the market today. I've seen high-end, high-yield reward cards that you will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to set up and maintain, and our card rivals those, and I believe they even surpass them in a lot of certain categories and characteristics. We're the only prepaid luxury 1-ounce metal card that even exists in this market space today. We're backed by a 22-year-old privately held company based out of Houston, Texas. They handle the research and development, website overview, commission tracking, order fulfillment, call center customer care service. We have a little housekeeping on that, which we'll talk about here at the very end of the call. But basically, they do everything. They have the website and the system, and the company does all the heavy lifting so that we can do what we do best, and that is share this information with people. Basically, when we're talking about helping people with this card, it's really putting them into a position where they can enjoy the same benefits that we do. And once they realize that they can actually earn dinners, shopping sprees, cars, vacations, and put themselves in a position to be rewarded for that, because you can essentially make a whole lot of extra income for simply showing other people how to get this beautiful metal card. And there is no competition. There are no credit checks whatsoever, which means that you will be accepted and you will definitely save money. And even if you think that you're in an unserved or underbanked market, the moment you purchase this card, you instantly find yourself bankable. That was a big selling point for me because I wanted people to really understand that there's anywhere from 5 to 7% of just the American population out there, which equates to millions of people. We're talking about 325 million Americans out there, 5 to 7% completely unbanked. And those were just the people that they could survey. Those are the people that were actually willing to take and be a part of the consensus. So it's absolutely huge in terms of what we can do. This card even has a secured trade line of up to $10,000 to help you establish or repair your credit. Comes with a personal checking account and a routing number and even a savings account. So once again, regardless of anybody's prior history, they're instantly bankable and they can help repair or restore or rebuild or even optimize their credit. If you're in a situation where your credit's already good and you tack on a nice $10,000 trade line with an open revolving account primary to you that never reports in a derogatory manner, even if you close your account or leave the system for whatever reason, that is a lot of extra star power on your credit report. And it could be enough if you're buying a house or a car or some other type of expensive purchase. It can lower your interest rates to the point where that could translate to thousands of dollars in savings by virtue of the fact that you've picked up this model in addition to having a premier, prestigious prepaid metal reward card and able to actually generate income with it at the same time. It's got so many different facets. It's kind of like a charge card, a reward card, a debit card, a prepaid card, and a credit card all in one. When I purchase domain names, for example, and I buy from GoDaddy all the time, they're the best customer service in the world, they actually run my debit card as a credit card. So I can buy in-state, out-of-state, all over the world. It simply doesn't matter. And the market is becoming more flexible because 67% of Americans surveyed today actually prefer credit and debit, excuse me, debit over credit. I got that backwards because of the safety and the ease of use and the anonymity that it provides. So it's becoming very popular in areas where people even do have upscale and high-end cards. They prefer credit or debit rather because of the safety that it does provide. So in addition to all of this, we also have a very user-friendly website marketing system. And that means in addition to being a cardholder, if you do want to make extra money, whether you're in person, mobile officing, if you're offline, if you're traveling, if you're a merchant or a vendor, if you're currently in business for yourself, established, this card is definitely for you. It's perfect in every sense of the word because it's got a nice segue for anybody that's doing anything in the marketplace. It really doesn't matter whether you're handling traditional appliances, home appliances like stoves, refrigerators, couches, mattresses, Cutco knives, Kirby vacuum cleaners. We have health and wellness industry, all kinds of juices and different types of health and wellness benefits for people. You can purchase them locally. You can purchase them online. We have the e-commerce industry with Shopify, Amazon, eBay, all kinds of different software systems that you can participate with, different affiliate models and different ways of making income. We even have cryptocurrency. All of these things are things that add merit to what we do in our lives. These are things that we definitely need. And at the same time, we, with this card, have a common denominator into every one of those fields. Because if I ask anybody how I want to get involved with their company, if I want to buy their product, how do I do that? And they're always going to tell me you can use credit or debit, which I laugh because that's what our product is. Our product is money. People are our market, but our product is money. And we have a way to not only participate with that, but we have a website that does all the heavy lifting, all the tracking. It's got all the resource material, a survey system, a mailing system. It's really very, very well built, and we just keep adding to it. Mr. Mason keeps making new implementations to it on a regular basis so that everyone is supported in terms of what we do. And excuse me, the best part about it is we have 3 different affiliate models that you can participate with, and they're all very equitable and very affordable. What I mean by equitable is that all of our plans enjoy the unilevel bonus, the car bonus, the lifestyle, the 50% instant affiliate gasoline bonuses, which essentially are your fast start commissions, and the rewards that we enjoy, which range not only from monetary cash rewards, but everything from dinners to shopping sprees, Carnival cruises, vacations, jewelry, watches, game tickets, free tanks of gas. We even have a high-end automobile reward program on the VIP model, which is everybody enjoys the rewards. So it's up to $75,000 toward any high-end upscale vehicle that you might want to drive. Or maybe you're Maybe your dream car is a paid-for car, and you just want to put that money toward your own household or a college fund or just in an emergency savings, just whatever you want to do with the money. The rewards are really just benchmark levels of achievement that you attain in the company. They put the money on your card, and you can do with it as you see fit. So it's really it's very nice to have those choices, and it has certain appeal for everybody. Now, the cost can be as little as simple one-time $90 out of pocket and really just $20 a month to operate your business website, create a massive passive residual income with a franchise-style business model. All of these plans basically incorporate these benefits. The main real differences here is that on the $20 plan, you're going to have a $1,000 credit booster for your secured trade line. On the auto reward plan, which moves you there a little bit faster, it's a $2,500 credit booster. And if you're taking advantage of the combination plan, it's got a $5,000 trade line. All of these can be, credit booster rather, that applies to your trade line. All of these can be doubled by picking up the Elite Status Upgrade. You can find out about the Elite Status Upgrade on the How It Works tab right there on ZBlackCard.com. I would encourage everybody to read this entire menu. Just kind of click on everything, look at the different drop-down categories, review the pages. It's going to give you a lot of food for thought. It's also going to probably prompt a few questions that you can always take to your upline sponsorship and just ask them how this card can best serve you. And I can promise you this, in just a few minutes of reviewing the website and looking at the material, you'll have a pretty good idea on how this card will benefit you and if it's going to be something that you think you'd want to look at from just being a pure cardholder status or maybe being an affiliate with us as well. For me, it has certain appeal on both sides of that. And it's just a great product that actually, by the time you've enrolled your second person, it's really paying for itself. The card's paying for you to help develop your business and build your business. So all we really do in this market, if we had a job per se or a title, is simply to share good information. And this is a product that people need, that they can actually identify with and get excited about. And since we are sharing and we're just educating people as to what's taking place, there really is no sales that's happening here, because nobody wants to be sold anything. But people do want to make good buying decisions based on information that's been fairly and equitably presented to them and know it's their choice. And that's exactly what we do. We use this metal card. Many of us have been using this card for years. I've been using it for almost 4 years straight now. And I can promise you that you're absolutely going to love the card, the very prestigious rewards, the incredible cash earnings. I've made really, really good money. If all the affiliate companies that I've ever worked, if I were to combine them all together, I've made more money with Ztegrity just sharing good information than all of those other companies combined over this last 10 years. That's how good this card is. And not only that, it's very identifiable. Everybody understands the concept of credit or debit. It's just kind of like driving a car. Even kids who are waiting to get their licenses, and everybody understands the basic concept of driving a car. You get in behind the wheel, you figure out what the gas and the brake is, you start the car, these days usually by pushing a button, I understand, although mine still has a turnkey ignition. You adjust your mirrors, you turn to your favorite radio station, you snap on your seatbelt, and down the road you go. It's all about navigation and how fast you can understand it and how quickly you can adapt to it that ensures a lot of people's success. And this model moves very, very quickly, because once you've got your card in your hands, you're going to be sharing it with people. And it's going to be somebody just like us, so it might as well be us. And we're in an industry where we get to take this from a direct selling standpoint to the marketplace. It's by invitation only. You cannot buy this card directly off the rack. You have to come by invitation, and then you're part of a peer-to-peer member disbursement system using leverage, so that really, by virtue of the fact that you're participating with the company, nobody ever really gets left behind. We have a model of excellence. We have a reward card that we can trust. He offers us the highest value, the best perks, the most flexible options I've ever seen in the industry, and a great deal more, because it's a proven fact. We've been doing this for years now, that this card and his products do offer people a better way forward, whether you're doing it from an affiliate standpoint, or you're doing it from a fundraising position, or if you're just sharing good information within your local community. These products work. And so that's one of the reasons I love this company so much. Ztegrity was the perfect name for it, because integrity really is the foundation of all other value. And this company and the products that he promotes, and the fact that he's been doing this for 22 years offline and then actually came online to continue and develop and widen his digital signature, very, very refreshing. I see so many companies that start online and then they try to go backwards. and they try to create this offline marketing, and a year later they're out of business. They can't sustain themselves because they didn't create the foundation properly, and more importantly, they didn't invest in their audience, excuse me, in their own member base to really make this happen. They're counting on crazy internet traffic and all of this I mean, chaotic type of system out there. Let's face it, the internet marketplace is basically just a blur right now, and I get it. I understand why. But this gives us an anchor in the storm. You have a website so that people can find you and they can interact with you, and then there's a contact notification and a follow-up system so you can develop that relationship. And month after month, year after year, as people continue to renew this card, they're going to, your business is just going to grow. It's going to continue to blossom. So before my voice gives out completely, let me just go ahead and say that we have these calls Monday through Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. We have these calls on an evening basis because we're in a live environment right now that's very much changing. The company is making new implementations. This is our second round of reporting that we're going into with Equifax. We're getting ready to bring on TransUnion and Experian as our next two bureaus that we're going to be reporting to. We have a highly unique product that simply has never been implemented in this kind of a market structure before. We're in a marketplace where very few people really ever get to participate, especially at this level from a direct selling standpoint. So it's unique in terms of what we can do and what we can actually accumulate with it. It really is the most prestigious prepaid card in the world. And when you do have questions about this entire process, which you will, because there's a lot that's happening on this platform as we take this to market, please connect with your line of sponsorship. Whoever invited you here this evening, or if you're one of our regulars on our calls, thank you. The more that you're here, the calls make the leaders, and the leaders truly do make the calls. The speed of the leader, speed of the pack, all of those cliches are really very apt. They apply here because when you're the first to take something like this to market, you do find yourself in a position where you can benefit from the growth of the company and all the market and course corrections that take place as we basically land this and find out where we're going to fit in this marketplace. I can tell you right now, one of my favorite things about this company is we're in a very non-competitive state. All of that's been done. All of the other card systems that are on the market right now, they're all fee-based driven systems because they chose to be. They actually created and built their entire business model around the fact that they knew they were going to be taking fees as part of their income structure. Mr. Mason went completely the other way. Anywhere that he could eliminate or completely reduce a fee, if at all possible, he's done that. And then he's given us back this huge reward system and the fact that we can actually layer ourselves into a structure, helping other people, knowing our own success is assured. So there really is something here for everybody, and we would encourage you to plug into our Facebook group. Definitely your line of sponsorship is your first and strongest touch point in the company, but our Facebook group is very robust. You can find us at ztegrity.info/Facebook. We would encourage you to join our text club, which is ztegrity.info/text. And if you're outside the United States, you simply download our app, ztegrity.info/app, and that way we can send out a notification to our entire membership database at one time. And when you reply to those are private conversations that are held that can be directed to any point of administration that we need. Lastly, we have debitcardtv.com, which is where we put up a lot of these types of recordings and sessions that we host so that they can see the most current material, or you can share that with a friend or a family member or colleague. And we do take down the oldest as we progress in this environment so that people aren't looking at outdated information. But once again, your line of sponsorship is going to be the most equipped to answer your questions and guide you safely through this process in the fastest possible manner so that you can get your cards and get your activations done. We did a couple activations today, and in less than 3 hours, we were able to completely have our people seated, their invoices paid in the whole bit, account activations, and all of that positioning was done. So the process happens very, very quickly. 2 points of housekeeping. We are going back to the original invoice system as we refine our payment processing that's actually embedded on the website. There'll come a day eventually when you'll complete everything through the mainframe on the website, but currently now, as it stands, when you come through and you create your membership, when you hit checkout, it's going to send you an invoice to your email address on file. So just be looking for that. Try to use a Gmail if at all possible so you don't miss any notifications. But once you get your invoice, just simply pay the invoice and your account will be activated usually within 24 hours or less. If it's early in the morning or the afternoon, they'll usually activate you the same day for full activation. If you're doing this overnight or after business hours, it'll probably be the following morning. But in any case, you always have immediate access to your marketing and your website information, your promo code, so that you can start developing and building your business immediately. If you're not fully activated and you're referring people, you will not see them in your back office until you have your account's been fully activated, and then they will go ahead and they'll start showing up in your genealogy. Just so you're aware of that, so you're not startled by that if you notice that you're enrolling people immediately and they're not showing up in your back office. If your account is still yet pending and hasn't been activated, it will take, once your account's activated, you'll see everybody else appear. The other thing is on the website itself, we have a ticket system on ZBlackCard.com in the upper right-hand corner where you can actually go ahead and submit a support ticket. Please do use your promo code. If at all possible, make sure that your username and your promo code are in that email along with your first name, your last name, your phone number, your best email, and whatever questions, comments, and suggestions you may have. That email goes directly to our administration at ztegrity@googlegroups.com. And that's ztegrity@googlegroups.com. And that ticket system is tied right into that as a main resource, so they're read immediately by administration as quickly as time permits or as fast as humanly possible. If you're submitting a ticket at 3 o'clock in the morning, it will probably be read in the morning. They do take them by time and date and level of complexity. They do ask for 48 hours as a minimum turnaround time. Usually it's faster than that, but if you're in queue and you're waiting for a response, give them at least 48 hours before you call or text or send off a second email. They will be getting back to you. It's just a matter of time and opportunity. On the website, currently, you'll see a support number. That support number will be going away. Mr. Mason likes to own everything as far as the subsystems that are on his website. That is an outside service that is not performing as well as he would like. Currently, what's happening is when you pick up and you dial that phone number, it immediately goes to the hold section, and the live representative at the home office doesn't even get the call. So not sure what that's all about, but that number will be being taken down over the next day or so, and we're going to go with a straight email system for tickets, for support, and so forth. In the meantime, they will be refining that process and bringing that back up online as well. So that's what I mean when I say that we're so new in this marketplace that we're still seeing implementations and augmentations take place in terms of the website itself. The card, the MasterCard or the Visa card, is a common denominator. Flawless in the industry. I've used this card for several years now. Never once has it ever let me down. I'm very happy with the performance. Every time I swipe my card, my phone buzzes or rings like it's doing right now, and it tells me my new balance. Anytime there's money loaded to my card, I mean, it's just a flawless process I really enjoy. Not only the fact that when I take this card out, it's the conversation piece. I'm going to make money. I'm going to save money. I always have the opportunity to widen my circle of influence and increase my business at the same time. The website, very much in beta. Be prepared for that. If you notice little changes or little anomalies that maybe appear and disappear, or pages changing in design and color, just realize that we're refining the website. It's part of the process as we go through that. But you're here at the very best time. It's like being a part of the construction crew as you're putting up a new brick and mortar. And again, we're inside of an industry that very few people really ever get to participate in. So it's exciting. It's new founded. It's some of the lowest hanging industry fruit I have ever seen, with a product that actually works, that people can get behind and get excited about. So your line of sponsorship would be the very best place to start with questions and things along those lines that you may have that we probably haven't answered on this call tonight. This is one of our short sessions. Usually we have longer sessions available. If you want to go see one of our longer sessions, actually, just go to debitcardtv.com, and the broadcast that we did last night is up, and you'll be able to, it's about a 2-hour and 15-minute presentation, but you can just kind of go to wherever point you want to listen to and just kind of toggle through that. And you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You could just listen to bits and pieces. And we have a Q&A section on there as well. We have our general presentation, and we have a little bit of a kind of a preamble where we get together before the call and just kind of welcome, greet each other, and so forth. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and we'll stop our screen sharing. We have about 10 minutes for Q&A here. I'll answer as many questions as we can during that time, and then we'll go ahead and wrap our session for the evening. We will be back again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific.